I can go first.
I can. Oh, go ahead.
Go, Daniel.
Sure. All right. So two people to introduce. The first is Jeremy, also known as Globy in the community. Bunch of you either on this call or maybe watching this recording might know him. Globy's played quite a pivotal role in a number of different ways, from like onboarding projects to events and community relations. I can go on. He's been active in the community for over a year. As a contributor, he's going to be focusing on ecosystem relationships. We have projects that are building or have built on Harmony. And we are looking to do, or rather we are looking to improve the way that we co-market with those teams and bring their accomplishments to the forefront. So Globy will be working on ecosystem relationships, building and executing on co-marketing efforts. I'm super excited to have him on board, and I feel like we're going to do some great things together. I don't know if there's anything else that I missed, or if you want to say anything else, Globy, feel free.
No, I'm just happy to be here and happy to get started. It's nice to see a bunch of familiar faces, as well as Gib pointed out, a ton of new ones. So yeah, thank you for the warm introduction.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, and the second person is Matt. Matthew is the writer behind the One Weekly newsletter that we've been putting out. Matthew is also from the community. He's done community management work with us. We've onboarded him as a contributor to help us create the One Weekly newsletter. So not only is he helping with the One Weekly newsletter out every Friday, but he's also helping us script the One Weekly video series. So if anyone has watched that video that we dropped on Friday, check it out. It's on YouTube. Matthew helped us create that script, and he's pretty active in not just the One Weekly, but also gathering community sentiments and listening to what the community wants to hear and watch, and making sure that the content that we're creating speaks directly to them. Matt, feel free to add anything else.
I think you pretty much hit it right on the head. It's all about community sentiment. It's all about making sure the information that we are relaying to the community is what they want to hear, keep them informed, and do the best we can to, get that feedback, use it, and make sure that they know that we are listening.
All right, welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
Not to be confused with Matty, right? Two Matts now. All right, who's next?
I'll go next. There are two new engineers that have joined in no particular order. We have Tahir Javed. He's been in DevOps and SecOps, which is security operations, since 2015, involved in a couple of larger initiatives such as Booking.com and Agora Ventures. He's very familiar with AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, some on-premises exposure, certifications from HashiCorp, which is like a console Terraform. Sorry, guys, a little bit technical here, but very well rounded in the DevOps space. Also have been handling quite a bit of compliance and security in the past, so it could strengthen our areas. It could strengthen Harmony in those areas. Anything else you would like to add, Tahir? Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's a pretty good interview. So I'm happy to join the Harmony, and will be happy to apply all my skills and expertise in the Harmony infrastructure.
All right, welcome.
And to add to that, he's in the time zone that's in the EMEA, which is the European and Asian time zone. Next up is also somebody in that time zone, and his name is Muhammad Al-Sayari. He rotates between two different locations. I wouldn't say very in particular, but somewhere in the Middle East and also in Western Europe. He's done a lot of DevOps work, mainly in AWS, and also assisted as a backend engineer from time and again. He's very familiar with Spring, Angular, some Node.js work, React.js, and he's also done government client solutions on on-prem ecosystems. So there's a lot more that I can talk about that, but Mohammed, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Yeah, that's a very generous introduction, and yeah, I'm excited actually to get started with the team. Looks like a very, very interesting setup, a very interesting team to be in.
All right, welcome, Ahmed.
Great, back to you.
All right, who else? Essa, did you have some folks you want to introduce? Oh,
Yes, you.
there you go.
Okay, so we have Kayla is on the call. She is going to be helping with operations on the events team. She has quite a bit of experience. She's also joined our ambassador now recently in the LA area, which is really exciting. And then we have Garrick. Where's the other? Yes. So Garrick is the person we hired as a project manager for our events. So he's going to be looking over just leads and our vision and missions at these events that we are executing out. So there we are. You guys want to?
Yep, my name is Kayla. I have been in this space for almost 2 years now, and I'm really excited to be able to work with the team. I got in like on my birthday, so that was a really good birthday present. And yeah, I'm excited to bring value to the team.
All right, welcome, Kayla.
And I'm Garrick. I've been in the blockchain space for about 6 years now, pretty specifically curating and building with events, developers, kind of building the bridge for a lot of these unique conversations, some of the early hackathons. So I'm really excited to help scale our events division and the true core mission and purpose of Harmony.
Welcome, Garrick. Anyone else? Did we leave out anyone? I'm trying to go through my tiles here. I think everyone else is accounted for. Okay. Great, let's get started. So for the new folks, what we usually do is I go ahead and I share my screen and we go through our April deliverables. Sorry, there we go. Okay, zoom in a little bit. Okay, so it's April 25th and we're close to the finish line. The April deliverables page, this page here /APR is going to get locked at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. So if you have any updates from that point on, you'll need to speak to your managers. The manager will be able to update it still. And then obviously the expectation is that you're at least 100% on all 3 deliverables by the end of the month. Okay, so let's just go through a few of these and get an update. I'm just going to pick these based on, I guess, the ones who may seem a little bit lower. I'm going to start off with RJ.
Yeah, sure. So for the protocol roadmap, so before my vacation last week, I was reading on some of the data availability layer design. So making some progress, but this week I'll mostly focus on the write-up of the roadmap. So hopefully I can finish it within this week. So for the signature collection, I'm working with Max for the code review and also do the code audit. And we plan to like do the testnet launch this week. So yeah, also within this week, we can push up the percentage further. For the cross-shard messaging implementation, we're working with a mutual knowledge system. They're making good progress, and they are kind of on track to finish the router contract, EVM router contract within this week. Yeah, so mostly still on track.
Great, thanks, Rajay. Leo. Is Leo on the call?
Sorry, Leo has to jump on to
Okay,
AMA, so.
got it, no worries. Okay, moving on, Ganesh.
Yeah, on the MMR hard fork, I'm making progress, and this week I'll start the revision with RJ and try to get it completed end of this week. Vault incentive is in the final stages of review, and our plan is to release the feature this week as well. And on the Horizon Bridge security, there's some issue. We are trying to reach out to one of the bridge validator. If he is not responding, then probably have to replace it, switch with a new validator. So the process may take longer, but the feature in terms of upgrading security, Yuri also completed his part. So we are there. It's just a matter of getting in touch with the validator, bridge validator, or replace him with someone else to make it complete. So that's also kind of on track, but we are trying to make progress on that.
Great. Thank you, Ganesha. Yuri.
Hey guys. So 2 items almost done. So waiting launch one more external validator. After this, all system will work on new configs, and all other services also done. So waiting only one more external validator. I hope this week we will launch new security Horizon Bridge configuration. And also working on validators DAO proposals on 2 issues. Display governance indicator on staking dashboard and upgrade uptime metrics. Also planning finish these 2 tasks this week. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Thank you, Yuri. Peter, you're good. Jenya, is Jenya around? I think I see Jenya. Nope. Sam.
Sam is off.
Sam is off today. Okay. Yeah.
10 days off. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Soph is not here. Boris.
Okay. So fixed income, the contracts are done. We did a lot of testing during the weekend. I will try to get a final version deployed tonight after I'm working with Bruce on that. But they seem to be working, just checking. Then we need to add the last steps. We are still waiting for the, that's important. Some of the rates. That's the only block I think I have. But from my side, on the coding side, we are pretty much, we are close to be done. The web app is also done. They're waiting for our side. I already sent the libraries to Timeless. I'm waiting for their feedback. Everything seems to be moving forward. We'll be doing a lot of testing this week, fixing any potential bugs. And I think by the end of the week, we should be able to be beta live, I will limit this to 1,000 ones the first, I don't know, weeks, days, or whatever we will see. So, and then we will try to submit those contracts to another third-party audits. But in the meantime, I think we should be fine to by the end of the week. This week will be only testing. We actually need to add some liquidity, not a lot, but we need to add that. That's another. But I will figure out that in the next few days.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think we're moving in the right direction.
Thanks, Boris. Okay, let's see. Adrian, I think might be on a flight. Abi, is Abi on the call? Abi's not on the call. Daniel.
All right. So published 4 one-weekly newsletters. Of course, Matthew's helping greatly with that. We have 3 out of 4 completed. I think Matthew's working on the initial draft for the final newsletter for this month, which then gets turned into the script for the one-weekly video. We have the 1 draft and 2 final one-weekly scripts for the video series. That's also 75%. I've already updated the percentages. And so we're almost at the finish line for that one. And same for leading weekly social media campaigns for team highlights. Last week, we focused pretty heavily on security, and we had a number of team members attending a couple of AMAs on Friday to speak about wallet security specifically. And this week, the goal is to focus on DAOs and to help educate the community on what we're doing when it comes to building the foundation for 10,000 DAOs on Harmony. So that is underway, 75% across the board, and on track to hitting 100% across the board in just a few days.
Excellent. Thank you, Daniel.
For every, sorry to interject, for every item, there should be a public link. That's part of the guidelines. So Daniel, you already have it. And I really want to actually even write your third one to include, okay, so I'm going to do it, but you can keep going on the call, but you should include, you already have the security, and I think there was a week before.
Before that, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So actually even write the specific item, and you can link the AMAs from, what was the first week?
Last week was security, and the week before that was RPC and infrastructure.
Infrastructure, okay.
Infrastructure, yeah.
Yeah.
I can link to them for sure, definitely.
Yeah, see, now it becomes much more
Yeah.
specific, weekly.
And there's another one too. I can add it for sure.
Yeah.
And then link to each, definitely.
Okay. Let's move on. Hakwan is in Japan. Oh no, actually Hakwan's in the Bay Area right now. Is he on the call? No.
Hakwan will be in 29.
Oh, on the 29th?
He's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Okay. I thought I saw photos of him.
We skipped Danny.
Yeah, Danny was okay, but yeah, Danny, give us an update.
Hey, sorry, I'm in an Uber, but yeah, we got the video. We're waiting on the video from the 88 Rising team. They said they would deliver one to us. So, and the photos, we're just still kind of waiting on confirmation on what can be posted or not. But we have all the media ready, so that's 90%. Just waiting on word from them. Video deliverables, that I will wrap it up in probably today or tomorrow. I'm gonna create Notion pages for the editing team, so we're all on the same track in spreadsheet format. So I have it all written out in a doc. I just have to transfer it over to Notion. And posting 2 times weekly on Instagram. And we already reached 6K accounts, doubling what we did last month. So now we just got to keep posting and trying to keep increasing that. So
Yeah. So link. So yeah. So by now you should have everyone should have a link to each of their items, even as work in progress. Meaning you can keep adding to it, right? It's a live document. It's just
Definitely.
like open development on GitHub.
I will link them tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually just create a placeholder page on Notion, link to it, and I can just keep adding to it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Let's see, Maddie.
Good morning. So my goal by the end of the month is to complete the people operations playbook, which will include an improved orientation pathway and some, kind of pooling together our human resources standards and practices that are kind of scattered throughout the website, but putting them together so it's very clear for everybody. I know that there have been some confusion and some concerns with the updated, the new timesheet expectations and the team deliverable expectations. So making that much clearer for everybody. And a one-stop shop where everyone can get all the information they need. I'll also be hosting a weekly stand-up that is for everybody in the Harmony family to join. That will be Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific, an opportunity to kind of share your concerns, ask questions, improve your orientation, anything like that that is easy to lose track of throughout the week. I'm here to help you. So that's one. Second is all team completing their April deliverables. So I know I've already been kind of aggressively pinging everybody, but I'll keep that up just to kind of help figure out if there's anything that is a barrier to your success or anything that you need assistance on. You can always ping me if you have any questions. I'm here for you. And then lastly, 10 basic DAO contributors. I've been working with the DAO team to get a couple things tidied up there, but we'll be in a great place by probably by midweek this week.
Great, thanks, Maddie. Essa.
Okay, so the grants playbook is, let's see, 50%. There are a few things that I'm going to add to that, and then I'll speak with Jack to make sure that it's good to go. That will be done in the next few days. Yeah, we have the contributors hired. We have Amanda, Kayla, Garrick, Miguel and Al also joined the team. And then the booking structure for events, Amanda's helped me fill that out. So if she is pinging you for receipts and things, that's what it's for, but that has been completed as well.
Great, thank you. Max.
Hey, so as you can see, I've done the first the first two of them. First one is the time-based transaction ordering, help reduce a bit of spam on our network. The second one is the RPC gas price estimate, where end users were complaining that the gas price estimates were in like millions of ones. That's been changed. Sorry, not millions of ones, but millions of we, and that's been fixed. Prevent IP scanning. I've just sent a pull request out for that so that validators no longer receive abuse complaints from providers like Hetzner for IP scanning. And on the last precompile section, I'm working with a bounty submitter who is close to submitting the read-only staking precompile. And the cross-shard token transfer is something that was assigned to me just last week. It is to build out our game shard on shard 1, and so that end users can transfer their tokens from shard 0 to shard 1 directly using MetaMask.
Great, thank you, Max. Konstantin.
Yeah, I worked on updating our code to latest Go Ethereum, and I guess I'll finish it tomorrow. And lately I'll switch to Baka. We have transaction loss, and actually I can't reproduce it still. So tomorrow I will continue trying to find this bug. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, it seems everything is going great with the write-up for the state of the metaverse document. So that'll be totally done by the end of the month. I'm now much more optimistic on 3 mainnet launches, whereas before I had been pessimistic that I would be able to encourage teams to be able to release stuff on mainnet. The improved metrics and deliverables, I had rewritten it to help improve metrics and deliverables. I think Jack might have set it back to improve. I'm not the team themselves, so that's kind of up to them, but I've been sort of guiding them to be able to state we're going to be well over 100% in terms of guiding teams to state their deliverables better to be more successful in possibly achieving launches, possibly achieving their grant.
Excellent, thank you. And Tom.
Yes, so we have 2 engineers came on board this week. So we saw them on the Zoom meeting today already. And the one offer is going to come out today to Diego. So for the performance coaching and the leadership training, you can click the link to see we have a program of 3 levels of options. Like for basic manager level is a training to have a LinkedIn about like how to motivate the team, how to recruit team, how to manage performance. So I'm in the process to get the seed from LinkedIn maybe this week, so I can give the options to all the members. Second level is for the Berkeley's leadership training. Third level is Stanford. So you can see that on my page and to see these options. So we want every team members are leaders. So we have a 25, 35, 50, 100. We need more leaders to grow the Harmony ecosystems. Okay, and also for the TGI, I think is pretty good. So I'm thinking about how to make it more effective, how to more productive, maybe how to bring the TGI to next level to make our growth. So I'm writing a proposal for the offsite, how to make the TGI better. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Okay, moving on to the full-time fellows. Z is not here. Aaron's not here. Victor.
Hey guys, just a quick update. You can also hit a bit of a roadblock. There's a lot of extra stuff that needs to be done to get it working on Harmony. So I'm just working through that. The API docs are fully done, so we can go to that link and you can have a look at it. We can start looking at adding that into our backend. And the 2 Explorer tasks, I've got the first one done already, and then the second one I'm at 80%. So I just got to finish that. Should be done by the end of this month.
Excellent. Thank you, Victor. Sergey. Sergey, you there? I thought I saw Sergey.
Sergey should be here, but maybe
I thought he
has
was.
problems.
Yeah, I think he dropped off. Okay, no worries. Tej, I don't think he's here. Ganesha, do you have any updates?
Yeah, first 2 items, like I mentioned for Vault incentives, finishing up the final review comments and fixing some issues before we launch this week. And the last item, staking design more or less complete, and he's working towards the first PR. Expectation is not completing the work, but first draft of the staking he should be able to make progress towards the end of this week. May not be 100%, but it should be good enough.
Great, thank you. Sochit is not here and Leo's not here. Devin.
Hi. So 7DAO tools. Yep, we are 85% of the way. That is myself and Rachel. We have 4 currently integrated fully, 2 in final integration talks, and then the 1 reputation tool is in final stages as well. So we should be hitting 7DAO tools by the end of the month. Again, very important for the infrastructure of the DAO ecosystem. ETH Portland report, you can see the retrospective is there. We had 5 grantees. You can check them all out. 4 from the hackathon, and then 1 project wide. And published the One DAO Alliance operational program. So this will be distributed today, end of day internally, and pending any discussions there or edits, it will go out to the public on Friday to get feedback there, and will go into effect with public feedback, obviously at the forefront of consideration, Q3, which is a 1-year anniversary of the DAO Operations Grants Program.
Nice. Thank you, Devin. Yeah, Bang is not here. Nick is not here. Daniel, do you have any updates on Nick's behalf?
I do not for today. I know he was at ETH Amsterdam, so that was taking up a good amount of his time recently. There's a couple of projects that he is looking to onboard after meeting them at ETH Amsterdam, or rather them meeting him. But I'll make sure that we get this updated as soon as possible.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, Rachel.
Hey everybody. So yeah, Devin and I have been working on getting the 7 DAO tools. We have 4 that are already ready to go. Just to piggyback on that, we have a live webinar call with DoDAO that we'll be doing on Thursday. Today I have a call with DAO Lens, and we will be creating an automated workflow and actually implementing this tool for Ambassador DAO. And then to tie the DAO tools into one reputation, I have 3 DAOs that are ready to use the beta version of One Reputation. That's just pending 2 demo calls with Colin this week. So we are on track to get 3 DAOs using One Reputation by this week. So that should be at 80%. And then we have the Ambassador DAO event. So let me pull up the events here. So we've had our events in Denver, Miami, El Salvador, Austin, Dallas. We had a successful event at Atlas Cafe last week where we gave a demo for Mad NFT and discussed DAO tooling, where we also had Lee come and speak. We had our event in Rio. Then we're on track for the rest of our events. All the venues are secured. We have our Nashville event tomorrow, Houston on Wednesday. We have our Espanol Miami event at the end of this month. Philippines is on track. UC Berkeley is on track for Thursday. And then our San Francisco event with Benjamin, our LA event with Kayla, and then our 15th event will be in Spain. So we have either had the events or on track for all the events for this month for Ambassador DAO.
Can you link that, Rachel? It's great.
Yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and put the 15 events for April. I have it in a Google Doc right now, but I'll put it on my Notion page and link it out for my deliverables. Additionally, we have our open DAO operations call tomorrow. So if you are a DAO signatory listening to this call and you'd like to be invited, we're just trying to get more members of the community involved in that. So please send me your email if you're a signatory on a DAO listening to this and you want to get involved. Tim and I will be releasing, Strong Minds Hold and I will be releasing a survey tomorrow as we're trying to get a feel for more of the community sentiment around DAOs. So we will be releasing that tomorrow on our Open DAO Ops call. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Rachel. Mikey, I see you're on the call. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, sorry if you hear a little background noise. I'm just outside of a restaurant having a little lunch. Hey, everybody. So my first framework for matching down basic DAO. These are 2 DAOs that I've actually been like super interested in since even last year, and I'm really grateful to be able to work with Maddie and the DAO Ops team, Shock and Devin for finally, maybe not the right word, but for getting these off the ground, and I think it will greatly benefit the Harmony ecosystem in terms of growth and just gaining traction. So I'm very excited about that. I need to probably update the link for the matching down basic DAO. I'll be integrating the matching DAO to Notion later today. the 10 categories for Harmony DAOs is something that is vital for the success of the One DAO Alliance. And, you know, again, I've been working with Devin very closely on just making sure that that gets done. That'll be done by the end of today. And the DAO funding pipeline, you know, same for same for the grant process for DAOs, flooded constantly with proposals, which is great. Happy to see that. Love seeing that. To review is something very easily accomplished to get to zero. As we all know, we have put a pause. Harmony has put a pause on funding, so the need info section still not exactly where I want it to be, but I'm still in constant communication every day with these proposals on the talk forum.
Great, thank you, Mikey. PJ's not here. Oh, Al. We didn't introduce Al. Maddie, do you mind?
Yeah, we're really excited to have Al. He's been onboarded for a couple of weeks now and already made such a massive impact. He's joined our grant funding team. He works with Blue DAO, and he's also on our events team. So Al, take it away.
Hey everyone. So yes, it's exciting to be here and really humbled to be working with Harmony. Been doing the venture network opportunities with different VCs, meeting with various investors, and also meeting with investees within the grant ops team. I've been handling the Q1 2022 follow-ups. There's about, for bounties and launches, and there's about 65 exactly that was to be followed up. So been taking full lead on that. That's 100% completed that within this entire month of April. Have all the follow-ups there. And then as far as the venture network, Harmony Venture Network, I created a live report that has various, all the investees that we've partnered with. So that report on its own will showcase all the possibilities that we can go late seed or early seed for different VCs. And then as far as the 5 investors for the venture network, I have met with 3 new VCs recently. Tonight, I'm going to go to another event. We'll be meeting with more VCs just to get the name out there and expand on the Harmony Venture Network. So it's been great, you know, getting to learn, you know, the process. Already know most of everyone here. It's good to be working on the same team. I'm handling grant ops and events as well as the venture network with Jack and Jack Chan and Maddie. Thank you.
Thanks, Al. Welcome. Okay. We're kind of, it's 11:40 PST. So we've got to rush through these, make sure we cover everyone. Hash Masan is not here. Skylar's not here. Ilam is not here. Kelly's not here. Wani's not here. Matthew, you're here.
Yes. So as Dan mentioned earlier, we're wrapping up this last week's worth the one weekly. So that will be 100% by Friday when we launch it. The team interviews for content. We're just wrapping up this week's question interview. So we'll have more about that by tomorrow. Once that's completed and included in this weekly's one weekly, that'll also be 100. And the script will be pulled from today. So as soon as Loge is able to get his video done, you'll also see that to be 100%. So by the end of the day, tomorrow we'll be good to go.
And Matt, I think I know we were talking about Sam and Adrian, but I remember just now that you actually did a Q&A with Aaron on security, right? We got some really good quotes from him. So I'll link to that. Yep, I'll link to that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Amanda, you're good. 300. Nice. Rob is not here. Flu's not here. Artem is not here either. Okay, moving on to the part-time contributors. Shak, you're first.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thank you. Yeah, so first one, obviously the guidebook for basic DAO. It is basic process. We've got DoDAO handling that. We took a great meeting on Friday, going over basic DAO. It's really kind of interesting how basic DAO is really integrated into this new DAO alliance, and Maddie's done a great job with it. I'm glad to be there. So that is 90% done. We're doing the videos as we take this meeting today, and that'll be done by Wednesday. The 2DAO onboarding tools, that's been completed. We have a graph issue. So I'm not a tech guy. I don't do any tech, but we have a graph issue with the integration for DAO Lens. I believe a couple of other tools that's getting handled, but they are both onboarded, recruited, ready to go, and in the process for sure. Just to, like I said, the graph issue is kind of out of my control. So I have 95% just to make sure I'm being completely forward and accurate. And then the 1DAO branding and messaging, that is my full focus for right now. It's more than 75%, I'd say, but I wanted to make sure that I've been working really closely with Devin on making sure that we roll out this the document today. And so I want to make sure that we had that document out. That way we can really implement those items into the branding and messaging. So that's 75%, but it'll be done by Thursday at the latest.
Excellent. Thank you, Shak. Okay, I think that's everyone. I don't think Juan, are you on the call? Is usually here. Yeah, there you are. Yeah.
It's gonna be easy. Taking care of all the grants proposals that were in E3O. That's how I started, and then I jump into reviewing all the grants around the forum, etc., and following up all of them from 2021. Keep going with that. Rio Grant coordination postmortem already. Pretty much almost done. So we'll push it maybe during these days for all the grants from Rio, from the hackathons, and done the 2 E3O write-ups already 100%. So just doing some of the coordination with the Rio grants, and that will be it.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Okay, I think that's everyone. Did I leave out anyone?
It's Adrian.
Adrian, hey.
Sorry, I came late. I was in TSA.
No worries. Do you have any updates, Adrian?
Yeah, so this keynote messaging should be done by the end of the week. It's actually mostly done. There's a couple things that the internal team has had a meeting with, especially regarding where the metaverse is going. There will be an update next week on that. As far as One Wallet video pre-production, I have been talking to the team, and we finally have a legitimate concept that we are going to run with, and that should be done pretty soon. And then Paris and Ghana. So we have done a bunch of Paris things, such as scouting venues. I've been working with suppliers for getting merch for this event as well. And actually, that's a whole separate thing in and of itself, because I've actually been I'm setting up the play for next month, which is essentially going to be finding a way that we can not carry inventory for one, but still fulfill orders in a drop ship mentality, not just for, Harmony fans, but also for our ambassadors who want to be able to have swag at their events, and have a branding presence at all events. And I know I had talked to the events team as well about making sure that every event that we sign up on has proper branding and a correct ROI, because we've had some great events, and then we've also put in some money where no one would even know that Harmony put it on. We want to change that, so we're going to make sure that happens. And then for Ghana, I'm on the way to Ghana right now. There's a Web3 panel that we're doing. We've been working on this since December, and finally going out there. And also something that we've been working on is, some initiatives in Sierra Leone, which is also starting to finally get traction. Now this actually, is one of the #1. It's actually the #1 social media news platform in the world, and they just did a whole feature on us. Also, the Ghana panel features 2 panelists that just got featured in Forbes Africa. So there's a lot of things going on as far as Africa initiatives that I'm sure we'll tell you more as soon as the videos come out. And then I'd also want to say too that we've heard the community loud and clear about videos. I've been working with Pagan along with others to launch that first initial 1 weekly video. Also, we've expanded our content team to address social media platforms, not just YouTube, but we're going to start having a bigger presence on everything: Facebook, Instagram. Trying to do more video for Twitter, not just tweets. So we hear you, and we're going to do better, and we're going to take over the world. So.
Thanks, Adrian. Okay, anyone else? Did I leave out anyone? I don't think so. Lee or Maddie, anything else you wanted to cover on this document?
Oh, we should go through the bottom as well. I mean, just the ones that, is there any update for, like, for example, the blinks? Sorry, go back up.
For the what, sorry?
The ones that have blinks, like slow miss.
I see, yeah.
Otherwise, so for yeah, let's go back to the DAO section, the 15 DAOs. Yep. Any update on one?
I don't think we have a launch DAO even set up yet. So.
Okay, let's move it to May then.
That may be a June thing, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, let's move that. If there's really, like, if we if we can't fill even one item.
Okay.
Yeah. Any.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, let's go through these, and if there are any blank ones, either update them or move them to the May milestones.
And then, so first, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I am going to, anything else to cover on this, Lee or Maddie? If not, I'm going to stop sharing.
Yep. So it's 2 p.m. PST today. I think you said Eastern time, but it's 2 p.m. PST.
Oh.
We'll lock the document for managers only.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Any other announcements, comments, questions?
I'll just jump in real quick to the last one here. So just
it.
want to congratulate Blue DAO. They went to ETH Amsterdam, brought 10 females, and won the hackathon. So out of 10, there was 700 hackers. So they brought 10 over, 10 females. They won the first place in Coinbase prize. There was IPFS first place. Second prize was it was through Aave, I believe, and then one more for third place. So it's been amazing with the incredible momentum that they've been building, and having all the female hackers and allies that they've created at ETH Amsterdam. So I just want to give them a shout out
for
nice. Their initiatives.
Congratulations to Blue DAO. Anything else? Okay. If not, I'm going to send you to your breakout rooms. Enjoy your week. and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everyone.